a clip itself. So the chain is made to clip onto the little clips on your smaller pouch here, and I thought that was a little strange, but that is completely accurate in how this was designed. So this chain will not go on the larger pouch, it only goes on the smaller one. But that is how it's designed, that is completely accurate. Now if we zoom in here on these little logo tags on the front, we can see they have the branding in them, we can see they have yellow stitching across them, and then we can see they have a red trim. So if you can see that, that is all accurate as well. We have the yellow stitching across the top of the tag. We have the red trim. This looks a little bit brighter than it does in the photos, but this is actually fairly accurate. It is not a super, super bright red. It's looking brighter because of my ring light. So this does look accurate to me. Okay, this next photo is going to show us a picture of the back of the largest pouch. And if we zoom in here, we can see we should have 3 of the LVs right dead center. And on either side of the LV, we're going to have just a little tiny piece of one of those like hollow pointy floret parts that sticks out next to those. And that is totally accurate. So we have the little piece that sticks out. We have 1, 2, 3 right in the middle. Now let's see how well this one is lined up on the back. So at the very bottom here, it looks like we should have about half of a flower sticking up on the bottom. So that looks like it is lined up very well. We can look at the corners and see that each corner should have just a little tiny speck poking up and just a little tiny round bit on the corner here, and that looks accurate as well. So the top should be lined up with those same flowers, and that is correct again. That looks pretty accurate to me. The photo is taken more from this angle, so yeah, that looks lined up nearly perfect. And then I would imagine on the bottom of this one, yeah, this is how that front pouch should have looked on the bottom. We should have this row right here dead center with the flowers evenly spaced on either side. And then if we look at the front of this pouch, it should be laid out the same as the back. So we have the flowers across the bottom, a little point sticking up, a little round edge, a little point, a little round edge, and then the flowers lined up perfectly across the top. So this pouch, the larger one in the back, the canvas is laid out perfectly. Now if we go back really quickly and look at the canvas on the smaller pouch on the front, the top of the smaller pouch should have the 2 round bits on either side at the very top corners. And that looks accurate. We have those there. And then we have the little hollow flowers on either side of the tag, 2 LVs in the middle, and then the bottom we should have little round bits in each corner, and then 3 of the little symbols right across the bottom. So the front of this pouch looks perfect. This one's lined up perfect as well. Alright, and then this next photo is going to show us the strap and the little coin purse that comes with this. So you essentially get 5 different pieces when you get this particular item. You get a round coin purse with a clip on top that you can clip to your strap. You get the chain, the smaller pouch, the larger pouch, and then the canvas strap, which is removable. Actually, all of the pieces of this are removable. You don't have to use it as a handbag if you don't want to. You could completely pull it apart and use each piece individually, separately, however you want to do it. But looking at the coin pouch right here, we have the exact same hardware, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well, but there is branding right there on it. That is accurate. That is correct. This is a swivel clip. That is accurate as well. The front of this coin pouch looks perfectly lined up. That is how it should look. That looks completely accurate to me. And then the back of it has the smaller monogram. Again, this canvas is lined up perfectly. No issue there. Again, on the zipper, I haven't even taken the covering off of this, but if you can see on that one, we have that same LV branding. And then the inside of the coin pouch is lined, and on the back of it there, if you can see, it does have the branding on it. So the little coin pouch is completely accurate, in my opinion. Okay, so if we look at the strap, according to the picture that we have, we know we should have the branding that begins and ends right at the points of these little tabs. And then we know these tabs should be trimmed in red. They should also have yellow stitching around them. We have a slide adjustment, and all of the hardware should be marked with LV. So let's start on this end. I don't know how well you can see it on that little clip right here, but we do have the branding. And again, we have the swivel clip. Right here, that Pochette piece looks lined up perfectly. And we do have the branding that ends right at the point of that Pochette, so that looks accurate. We have the slide adjustment. We have the little piece to clip your coin pouch. And then again, I think I'm showing that to you upside down, but we have the branding that starts right at the tip of this Pochette here. And by the way that this photo looks and lays the strap out, if the coin purse sits right here on this clip, then the branding should read out perfectly this direction all the way across. And it does. If you can see that, it's laid out the right direction. It goes the right way all the way across and ends perfectly on this end. So this strap looks absolutely perfect to me. So going over this entire bag, every piece right here, the coin pouch, the strap, the chain strap, every single piece of this to me looks completely real. I have had this canvas before, the real one. This feels accurate to me. This feels like what it feels like. So it feels completely authentic. It looks completely authentic. There's only one point on this bag or any of these items that would be a giveaway to me personally. And I say that as someone that has owned this canvas before, and I know how they lay it out and what they do with it. And the only part on this bag that would be a giveaway for me personally is the very bottom of this front pouch where the canvas is misaligned just a little bit. So I'll show you that again really quickly. But if you can see the bottom of this front pouch right here, this is not lined up right. This row right here of the little flower details, those should be dead center. And then we should have equal amounts of this flower and this little flower on either side. And this bottom row of canvas is misaligned just a tiny bit. So it looks not bad on the sides. And I don't think anyone would look closely enough to notice it. Or even if they did notice it, if they didn't have prior knowledge about LV or how they lay their canvas out or anything like that, then nobody's probably going to pick up on that. And I would honestly imagine that it's just a fluke that the bottom of mine is misaligned a little bit. And I would also imagine that there's a high likelihood or a high chance that you could get an authentic one of these out of a boutique that could have a misaligned bottom with all of the quality issues.
Well, so I think even though, yes, you're spending $100, you're basically paying for the quality. So if you want a better quality bag, you pay a higher price, even though it's replica. And I have bought DHgate bags, and let me tell you, if you spend $50, you probably won't get that good of a quality. So yes, their prices are in the hundreds, but I believe you are getting the bang for its buck. Or if you want to spend a couple $1,000s, you could do that too. Now I'm going to go over the unboxing video, so sit back and relax and check out this beautiful bag. So the bag looks like this. As you can tell kind of from my head proportion to this bag, it's not super big, but it's not super small either. I was very surprised. I was doing my research on the real bag because I couldn't find much. I did find real ones, and I'll show you in the picture here kind of side by side of how real this bag looks. So the front, the inside. They even have the color down to a T. I was like, wow, okay. And I was just so impressed. And it's hard to talk about how this bag.
Hi everyone, welcome to Bag Breeze by Celia. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the like button. Today we are talking about the Hermes rainbow, all things Hermes and Hermes colours. Right here I have a beautiful Kelly 20 in the colour Bleu France. This is one of Hermes's most beautiful mid-toned blues. As you know, Hermes have lots and lots of blue shades. Actually, I think they've got more blue shades than red shades. All the way from really lovely soft pastel blues like Blue Broom down to darker blues like Bleu de Nuit. This is, as I said, one of the best mid blues that the house do, and it's called Bleu de France. It's inspired by all things related to the French flag, so the blue from the French flag, and it's this beautiful, really deep mid blue that absolutely pops with gold. Now, the amazing thing about this bag is the versatility of the colour. It really is the sort of colour that you can wear any season. So something like Blue Atoll, which is a really lovely Indian Ocean blue, that's 100% a summer blue shade. Whereas Bleu de France is multi-seasonal, whether you're wearing it in autumn, winter, spring or summer. It goes with everything, surprisingly, with greys, with whites, with tans, with beiges, with blues. It's a really beautiful, versatile shade, and I think it's a fantastic shade for people who are a bit more adventurous. Not everyone likes to have a black bag, but if you like a pop of colour and for it to still be super classy, this is your Bleu de France.